Okay, it's my second time to go out today, Sunday, October 8th, going for the lunch run. Actually, it's 11:35. It takes me about 15-20 minutes to get to Murphy. It's a suburb of Dallas, north of Dallas, in case you didn't know. Northeast of Dallas. And I do north and northeast of Dallas suburbs. Some of them. Not all of them. But I am going second out time out. I did pretty good this morning when I went out because I had Adam do the calculated, and it was pretty good. It wasn't like other places where they make like 20-something an hour, 30-something an hour. No, it's not going to happen here. The biggest thing that I have seen, I've only been doing this, really, it's been part-time because of the heat wave and all we've had, and I started at the end of July, and the heat wave, really, to me, I'm going to call it a heat wave, forget what all else, heat dome and all this stuff, but just the way I see it, heat started in June, which is unusual. We did break a lot of records, and it just recently really ended, like a few days ago. But it's going to be back up to 91 days this week, this week. Yeah, really. Okay, today's October the 8th. Yeah, So anyway, I started, I'm doing it. I have other videos explain why I'm doing this, and it's all about health insurance. So it's not about the money, it's about the health insurance. But in order to get the health insurance, I have to prove that I can make a certain amount of money, so I have to make the money, and it's not easy here. This area, what I've seen, is a lot of it's about, because a lot of the way I see it, I'm a sociologist, by the way, is a master's degree in sociology. Degrees are in psychology and sociology. Taught at college and university, but anyway, what I've seen here is, well, I know it because I live in Plano, and I'm going to Murphy, but Plano, and all these places, this whole county, Collin County, it's a very wealthy county, and they don't allow, like many places, they don't allow businesses to be, close basically to homes. They don't want all that traffic, whatever is the reason. And so it's not going to be like, some places where you can get a lot of orders for like a mile or two. No. Even Adam recently, I've known him for over 40 years, he ordered something for us as a surprise for me, and he never used his app before for Uber Eats, and I looked at it again yesterday, and basically what it would advertise for food to select from would be 4 to 5 miles away. So people are going to drive, the delivery person, at least 4 to 5 miles. At least. And some people say, that's not far, that's not much. It is. It's time. The times they were saying was up to I saw was up to like 30 minutes, but sometimes those times can be more like double it, depending on traffic. Yeah, so, anyway, there's so much on all that, but I'm going to go out here, and, like I said, it's not like it's such an easy to make a lot of money per hour. Basically, I would say quite often it would be between 10 to 20. Well, the actual hour of working can be more, but when you spread it out, the time that you're sitting there, the dead time, like people call it, yeah, it's not so much. And, of course. But anyway, I think at one time when I first started doing the actual hour, it was something like $27 for the actual hour that I had worked. But that's kind of rare. Anyway, and I have yet to this day, and I have yet to finish this sentence on any of my videos. I've yet to this day to make $100 a day, or maybe I said it once. I actually got to finish that sentence. or something happened and all that. But yeah, you know, people talk about they have $100 shift. I'm like, that's not happening here. And their shift would be 4 hours or so. I don't see it. I mean, unless if they are cutting out the dead time, yeah, I could see it. But that would be more like clock hours, probably here. A lot more. Maybe even double that, shoot. Because it really is like that. Like this morning, I got out. I left, I think, around 7:15, somewhere in there. Probably, I think I actually started doing the deliveries at 8. But it ended pretty much, boom, it was no more. I think my last one was maybe 9:45. And that was it. I left, you know, the app on. Nope, wasn't happening. But some of them, it could be me because, like, it wants to take me 10 miles away from where I am. But, you know, like, from Murphy, it wants to take me back to Plano. And if I had, like I was thinking this morning, if I had taken that one to go back to Plano, which is where I live, I would have had that extra money, you know. But I wasn't at the time planning on going home until it was just dead. I mean, it's like, boom. And you would think that's a strange time, but you would think, like I said in another video, that lunch would be more like starting around 11. See, because I used to work, go to work at 7 o'clock. That was my time to clock in at one place I worked. And I liked that, going at 7 and getting off early. I think it was at 4. Earlier than the other people. And I wasn't in so much rush hour traffic, but my lunch was at 11:30, somewhere around there. So, but today is Sunday, and I'm going to see how it is for Sunday lunch. You know, people in church, when they get out of church, if they go to church, maybe they're ones to order. When I was a child and we went to church, in my family, my mother wouldn't go. I do believe my mother had agoraphobia, and she wouldn't go. But when we got home, there would be a big Sunday lunch. That's just how it was. We didn't order from anything. We didn't pick up. I think very rarely did we ever. And I think it was KFC. I don't like KFC. Still don't. I like their the only thing I do like at KFC that I know I can say I like is chicken pot pie. I was asking Adam last night if he wanted one. He goes, all that mushy stuff? That's how he sees it. I don't. I like the texture. I like the way it's made, but I am diabetic and that's quite a bit of dough for me. Or whatever, flour in it. Generally don't eat anything with flour. Nothing white, yellow, and like I say, begins with the letter C in English. I'm not giving anybody any advice. I have a rare health condition. And what works for me doesn't always work for other people. What works for other people doesn't work for me. And I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion medical health care, you know, voice of authority or any of that. So don't take it as any form of advice. Okay. Anyway. So I don't do that where I turn that on as I'm driving, but I might right up here turn on my apps. But the thing about it is, it's just kind of far behind, not too far, but a little bit far behind the restaurant, so it would take me a little longer. Well, I don't know what it is with Doordash. I'm using Uber Eats today and Doordash. But DoorDash sometimes will say it took me an hour to do, but it sticks it. And then it comes back up later on. It gets stuck a lot. I actually today deleted, uninstalled it, and reinstalled it, hoping that would stop. Plus the thing of it turning off the Wi-Fi that I have on my phone. And it does that, and it messes up both of them when it does that. But, and then it does something like that, you know, says an hour hour later, it pops it back up and say, I've finished it or whatever it says. I haven't used it that much. But I'm like, yes, confirm. I mean, it was confirmed already. So what happened to the confirmation from before? And then I do have one of those, like it's a little too low for me. What is it called? Which one is it? That rating for that. Actually, it's not that low. I don't remember. I think it's 90%. I could be wrong. Anyway. Now I think I'll turn it on because around here, yeah. We'll see. Okay, when I say drop-offs, I mean like this, but I just got through the bigger, the bigger ones. Okay, like this. Don't know if you can see it, but man, they're all over the place. These are these drop-offs out here. I did not know. Okay, let me see if I can take these. These are not as deep as what I just went through. See the drop-offs, what I'm talking about? No shoulder, no medium, no lines on the road. And at nighttime, these have no lights, street lights. And I'm talking to make the street, any kind of lights. Has none to make the lights of the street brighter. And see, it's all of a sudden, but I was just aware it was even worse than that. Like twice as deep. So, my goodness, yeah. Okay, I had to stop and call Doordash and tell them that their app was going crazy. It was just, it was all over the place. Trying to take me all over the place. And I canceled the order because of its problems. And then it continued to, I accepted an order on Uber Eats. It continued to tell me the directions to the one that I canceled on DoorDash. And over this one. Okay, you want to talk about maddening? To have two sets of instructions being told to you. Yeah. And then the one that I had for Uber Eats, it was another one of those. I'm wondering if it's going to happen up here again. I'm kind of yelling here. But all of a sudden, it became these scary places. And seriously, I mean, I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden, it becomes that, okay, how in the world am I here? Oh my goodness. I know where I am, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be going the other direction. But yeah, it was those roads and I mean, talk about a mess. An unbelievable mess. And so I had to call them, and of course, I don't know who programmed that automated system, but my goodness, frustrating. And it talks over you. Seriously. You try to answer, it talks over you. Boy, it sounds like a really bad person. Anyway, so I went and did all this, and it took a long while, to get the woman, the whole situation told and all that. And then it was still in the background. She was saying, oh, it shows that you canceled it, and it shows, because I had canceled it. Okay, where is this turnaround here? And I had canceled it, and that's what I was telling her, that I had already canceled it like 45 minutes ago. I said, it's been doing that all day. She goes, well, that one is a known one. When we finally got it all scheduled out, all worked out that she understood what I was saying, she said, no, that's a known one. The other thing that it does is an hour later, it tells me to confirm that it's been finished, and then it says that it took me an hour to finish an order. It's a known technical difficulty. Yeah, that's well known. Seriously, this job is not good for the faint at heart. Really. Oh my goodness! And if I would have known this is where it would have taken me, I wouldn't have taken that road. It was weird. I mean, driving down a road like this, and then all of a sudden you're in the sticks where it's just asphalt, like I said. It looks like asphalt and real deep ditches on the each side. I don't know what else you would call them. There's nothing in them, but except for those, whatever. But there's nothing in it, but still. I can imagine when it rains. Yeah. My goodness, what a day. It's been a funny day. I mean, weird day. And so I asked the woman, what am I going to do? Because it just doesn't, I know what I was going to do, and that's what I did. But I let her know what it's doing, all the different things. But I don't think they fix them because this has been a known problem for a while. I've known it for a while, too. But I don't use Doordash because, she was saying that it must be my Wi-Fi. Nope, that one doesn't work. It's not my Wi-Fi. Because I said, as I told her, I have no problem telling her. I said, I'm using other apps and they're not having any problem. That's the easiest thing I've seen in so many businesses over much of my 60 years on this planet is that they try to turn it around to the customer or the consumer, the whatever, and blame them. They blame the victim. Turn it around, it's them. I said, nope, not my Wi-Fi. It's not. It's not my Wi-Fi that's doing it. Boy, now, and that was bad because, that takes time. It does take time. And if you're trying to get an order and then you're trying to talk on the phone at the same time, that's not as good. Or you're on an order and then you're trying to, in the background it's going telling you this, but you're on the phone, but see, you gotta stop. And they don't give you any money for wasting your time. It's their apps. I'm not just talking about Doordash, I'm talking about any of them. And all the people that I've heard about, I totally can relate to this. And I think she heard me say, this is just a bunch of crap. Boy, did I say I have no filter? Yeah, that was not an intentional filter. I was just venting. Yeah, I'm not doing this mistake again. I was here and I went through that thinking I was at a different one. Not doing it again. But it's gotten busy since this morning. This morning was so wonderful because there was nobody on the street. Well, it's kind of empty right now too. But I like driving when there's not much traffic, just like everybody else, right? Does anybody on this planet like driving in a lot of traffic? See, the roads all through here, everywhere around here. Any main street that has, businesses is going to be 3 lanes at least, and then the turn lanes here and there scattered across and all that. So, I don't want to get too close to you. I don't like it when people get too close. So anyway, I uninstalled the, I told her, I said, what do I have to do to get it to stop? And I said, do I have to, because I'm thinking maybe she could tell me, there's a little bit of training in here on if something like that happens, how do I turn it off? Like I was in the middle of, another order for a different one. But no matter what, I said, I'm driving, and here it is giving me driving instructions to that place. How do I, what do I do to make it stop? I said, do I have to uninstall? And she said, yeah. Okay, it's like they really resist any of these apps of giving any kind of instruction on how to do anything. And I'm finding that in a lot of people these days. My voice is going like these histrionics because, this is crazy. But really, like I mentioned in a video about going, or it was this video this morning, or earlier, about the Mr. I'm Too Cool for School, the 35 to 40-ish man working at a restaurant who was too cool to explain to me where on the menu, the big old menu up above his head, where they had, Adam had wanted chicken wings, so I could see the different kinds and the different sizes, how many they put in. He was too cool for that. Nobody, no customers, no other customers there. But he was too cool to explain. And there was somebody who called me from a doctor's office, and that was kind of a doctor. I'm having trouble, with it was a podiatrist. and was having trouble with my legs, feet, and ankles swelling. And but they're going down now, finally. But he was apparently too cool to answer me about the type of medication, what kind it was. It was topical. Okay, and he couldn't say the word, and that's his job. You know, I'm sure they probably, I've worked for surgeons before, and I know how tacky and how histrionic, really, mean girlish some people work, and I've been a victim of that, going to a doctor's office more than once, in more than one place. It seems like it's the thing, and it has been, seems like it's been the thing since I was a child. But, yeah, that they're going to be mean and rude, and they don't want to tell you how something is pronounced. Same thing with pharmacies. And how something is pronounced. And I get the pictures of behind the scenes laughing. Did you hear how they pronounce it? Really? I mean, I've seen this crap like this. There was a surgeon one time was making fun of a woman who was obese. A patient that he was about to do surgery on. I'm like, oh man. He was, oh my gosh. Really, I didn't work for him long. I was filling in as it was. I used to do it for one of my sisters. She was, a long story short, I would help her out by filling in for office manager, surgery schedules, whatever. You know, I would get paid for it, but those days are gone. Yeah, but I saw plenty of mean girls, and I was the one that had to tell them stop. Believe me, I would tell them. So, I have a feeling that the lunch rush is over, and I really don't want to put that Doordash back on. It's so irritating, because like that, an order right before that, I took it. It was for a Whataburger right over there. Okay, like right over there. You see where I'm pointing, right? But it was for that, and I got out, got out, went inside, went to the ladies' room when you have the chance. Take it. But and then I went up to the front of it, and it said I had no order. It was looking for orders for me. I was like, what the crap? And I tried everything, pushing this stuff. Got back out to my SUV. I closed it all out more than once. Got out to my SUV, started to, get back up, and there it was. Or, yeah, there it was. All of a sudden, again. No, and Uber Eats works just fine. Uber Eats is very popular out here in this suburb northeast of Dallas. Suburb of Dallas. It's very popular. Uber Eats is. DoorDash is not. Very popular, at least in my experience. And I wonder why. Yeah. Let me see if I can get any orders. Okay, I figured I'd just go ahead and go home. It's 1:42 and nothing was happening. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go home and get some of these videos off of my phone. And it's weird. Yesterday I did a whole bunch. And then after I, uploaded them, deleted them off my phone, deleted all 3 copies. This is what it seems like it does. 3. The original, then the one that it made, and then the other one. I don't know, the one that's on the KineMaster. And anyway, so I did all that. I know how to do that. I've been doing it for years, 9 years. My original channel, and not the same phone, but I understand that, and it wasn't always KineMaster. But I understand the concept, definitely in that many years. But, you learn something new every day. Anyway, for some reason it seemed like it was not, all that I did, it was getting larger. And I was like, no, I had to delete a bunch of them. And so I'm going to go ahead and go home and just put some of those, try to see what happens. Because it's all the way up to like close to 80, I think, 80% that's used up of my memory or whatever. Whatever kind of memory it is. It seems like it has so many different things. This phone, and by the time I learn all the little things about it, I'll be getting a new one. I need another one so I can do these videos better than this. Try to do some, what am I going to show me? Walking in the restaurant? I don't know how to do that, but why? I mean, how many times? And then do screenshots. Did a bunch of those. But the way KindMaster works, it doesn't it puts the screenshots in a separate folder. I don't really want that. I want them right when I made them. So, yeah, it gets confusing. I mean, if I had to go back and forth. I know some people, they spend a lot of time editing. They talk about it, at least. And I'm just not one to do that. They have a lot going on in their lives too, but so do I. So, and I'm not going to spend all that time doing that. Plus, I have multiple channels in 9 years. I used to do these stories. I still do every once in a while. I was trying to get back to that. I put the different storylines on different channels, and none of the channels are just sitting there. So that's a lot of work itself. But every once in a while I like to rest. I have other things going on in my life besides this, worrying about this. But really, I started doing these the end of July because of the health condition situation. It doesn't seem to help it. It actually does. It helps doing this kind of work, being away from home. The stress isn't helpful, but the walking is. So, seems like it. Allegedly. And I'm not giving any advice. I asked the nurse that I saw one time, the one that somehow made like almost right at $900 off of me. First visit. Yeah, I know why. And I told one of my sisters, she has the same insurance, and well, she said for our brother, and or maybe her too, must be. But she said, oh man, she said, yeah, she was like, that's wrong. They were supposed to tell you how much they were charging. Yeah, basically charging up on my brand new shiny insurance card. It has it dangling, the dollar signs dangling off of it apparently. And I had said that before I even got it, that I was worried that somebody, one of these would try to take advantage of it. And seems like she did. Popular opinion is. Yeah. I mean, blood test costing that much. I mean, she definitely wasn't worth $800, almost $900. I fired her, by the way. I did. That's the easiest way to put it. That seems like the only way some of them understand fired it. None of them understood do not call. Because they kept calling me one day, kept calling me. And I was on the road, and I was in a place where there was so much traffic. It was right next to a really big mall. And I kept telling them, do not call. Another one would call. And then call again, and then another one would call. They were having fun with it, don't mean girls much. Well, I said all that and felt like in one breath. Oh my goodness, I need to go home and really get some of these off of my phone. And yeah, I've been trying to do that, seriously. I have been trying to get videos off of my phone, and I just make more every time I go out. The drive to and from, and never get caught up. I've been trying to do it for months now. And actually, we could say years. Yeah, I won't lie anymore. We could say years. Well, I always have a backlog, it seems. Cannot remember ever not having a backlog of videos. Really. Like I said, I've been doing this for August 21st was 9 years on my original channel. And those were very short videos back then. When I first started, I mean, like less than 3 minutes or less, somewhere around there. So, yeah. Oh, there's the Porsche again. I've been seeing black Porsches everywhere. Actually, there was one, I think it was the same guy. I have it on video, and I was like, does he think he's entitled much because the way he was driving? And then I saw him again, just like I think it was the next day, or something like that. And he was doing the same thing. And I am not impressed. Like I said, I'm not materialistic. None of that. I don't have any love for money. Nothing really makes me go, ooh, yay, ooh. I gotta have something like that. It doesn't. To me, money is really just to survive. And that's why I'm doing these. Is to survive, to have that affordable health care that I hope if I ever have to go to a hospital, it won't be like it was in May when I didn't have insurance. May and June I went to the hospital twice, ER, twice in May, once in June, and I basically heard a lot of double talk, mainly double talk and crickets. Yeah, that's mainly what it was. The problem still exists, but I think I figured it out, just like that one I had 2.5 years. I saw 21 healthcare providers over. I quit counting at that amount, and I saw more than those. None of them realized for 2.5 years what was wrong with me was that I was taking a medication I'm allergic to. Okay. Why would I know that? Why wouldn't they? Okay, so I'm kind of dropping the professional and the thought of their health care professionals. They're just providers of what I'm not certain. The ones that I saw, I'm really not on that certain. Some of them I used to just call prescription renewers. And I know, I have faith. I am one who has faith in scientists, for whatever field they are. And they do, they would know more. But why aren't they using it? The ones I've seen. I'm not saying the ones I haven't seen. And I'm not saying all of them. But I've seen a lot of lousy ones. And like I said, the 3 times I went to the ER and basically heard a bunch of, and like the story that I said that I called one place that, these numbers, and that was a government office. I'm pretty sure it was that one. She answered the phone. She didn't answer the phone where she was. She didn't answer the phone with her name, like people usually do. Instead, she just answered the phone like this. Let me tell you what they did to you. They did this, and they did that. I mean, of course, she saw my name on caller ID. She'd already heard about me. It's something. They'd already told her, here's the one we treated like crap. They must have, but nope. I think that it wasn't that. I think instead it was, this is how they do it. And anybody calling her, she's hearing the same story over and over and over again. Because they do the same things. Maybe, allegedly. But then they give you all these numbers to call, on a piece of paper here. Call these numbers, they would help you. When I didn't have insurance then, health insurance. I call them and they say, oh, you don't have health insurance? Well, they will let you die. It was like a mantra. They will let you die. They say it the same way. Same voice, same everything. The same thing. And they worked in this field. How ominous. I mean, really. I was going through that. But anyway, I think I figured it out. I think it was a food allergy. And I'm avoiding that food for the most part. And I don't swell up like that in my feet. The swelling in my feet, swelling in my belly, because my abdominal area was just like, oh my goodness, so huge. It looked like I was 9 months pregnant with twins or triplets. Not that big, okay. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. It looked like I was at least 9 months pregnant. Seriously, though. Not with twins or triplets, but yeah. With one. Still, every once in a while, just like as I'm talking about it, I get a pain. But I get pains every once in a while, little shooting pains. They did 2 CTs, the first time and the last time, the third time. And then apparently they didn't see anything bad, or they would be afraid maybe of, What would that even be here in Texas? What would it be called? Yeah, I can think of all kinds of word terms. But anyway, wrapping it up. Talk to you on another video. Maybe later today. Me and Adam's supposed to go out tonight for doing these.